I will now demonstrate this SimHerd application that can quantify the costs and benefits of using X-Zelit. This tool allows you to enter your own data, starting with your herd size and milk price. And here we have two questions regarding the X-Zelit strategy that you can evaluate with this tool. Is X-Zelit going to replace a DCAT diet? Yes or no? It's a relevant question because a DCAT diet also has a reducing effect on milk fever and hypocalcemia. So if we replace a DCAT diet, if we take it away, we lose that effect. We should include that in the model. Here a question, are you going to use X-Zelit on dry cows only or on dry cows and heifers? Then here you can see the resulting number of treatments per year depending on your strategy. 156 if you only treat dry cows. If you also treat the heifers, you have a higher number of treatments. Next step is enter the herd data. This is how your farm looks like in terms of milk yield, replacement rate, and these are all the relevant diseases in terms of X-Zelit. How much milk fever is there in the farm, subclinical hypocalcemia, metabolic diseases, what does that mean? You point with your mouse and you get an explanation. Same for reproductive diseases. So this is how our farm looks today. And then as a consequence of this X-Zelit strategy, we have an increase in milk yield, reduction of replacement rate with 1%, and thereby a longer productive life and higher lifetime yield, and a reduction in these diseases, less milk fever, etc. And you can say that it is exactly this reduction in diseases that explains the higher milk yield and lower replacement rate. That's exactly what SimHerd is capable of estimating, the relationship with diseases and production, and of course with the benefit per year. Here in the bottom, 10,326 euros more per year in this farm because we have these changes in numbers. And you can of course change your situation. You have a higher milk yield and you can see the changes in milk price or milk yield increase and benefit. You can also say that you have more diseases and you can also see an increase in benefit. But you can also say that I only want to treat the dry cows alone. Then you have a smaller benefit because you don't have the effects of X-Zelit in your first lactation if you don't treat the heifers. But if you treat the dry cows alone, you have 156 treatments. If you treat the dry cows and the heifers, you have 226 treatments. You treat more animals, but your change in milk yield and benefit is also higher. This is about the benefit. What about costs? If we use X-Zelit, we can specify what the costs are per treatment. And if we know the number of treatments per year, 226, we know what is the increase in costs per year, 5,192. And if our costs per treatment are less, our costs per year are going to change as well. In this strategy, we chose to replace a DCAT diet. We answered yes here. So therefore, we also have a reduction in costs because we don't have these costs associated with the DCAT diet. We also have a reduction in labor. For every treatment we have to give a dry cow. It also has a value and we reduce those costs. If you say, however, we're not replacing a DCAT diet, then you're not replacing these costs either. So costs increase 5,192, but the benefit also increases. And the cost benefit, the result, is the profit here in the bottom. We can look more into the results. For example, benefit per year. We saw here that below benefit breakdown, you can see how the benefit is divided into different elements. Where does the money come from? We go here to the top. Benefit breakdown, we see benefit per year, same number as the previous page, 13,858 euros per year, or 69 per cow per year. And we see that 51% of this benefit comes from more milk sales. We corrected for the fact that we also have to use more feed costs. That 51% is due to higher milk yield. 31% is because of livestock sales. We slaughter fewer cows and thereby can sell more heifers. And 18% of this benefit is due to less treatment costs. So this is an explanation behind the benefit. In the top, we can also change prices and assumptions. Let's just remember that the treatment costs, they are 18% of the benefit. If we go to prices and assumptions and say, for example, that in my farm, milk fever is a lot cheaper to treat. It's only 100 euros. We go back to benefit breakdown. We see a smaller result in benefit. It's lower now. And also the treatment costs, they are a smaller proportion of the benefit. So this is a way that you can play with your own prices. What does a heifer cost on my farm? What are the feeding costs? And the results will change immediately. In the bottom, you can also adjust your assumptions for how much X-Zelit is reducing milk fever and how much the DCAT diet is reducing milk fever and hypocalcemia. At any time, you can click on reset and go back and forth between the menus. And here you're back at the start where you can enter your own figures again or work with another farm. So that's the explanation about how we work with it and what's behind the model.